Today is Thursday, October 10th, 2024, 7 p.m. We're going to be meeting to order. Our first item is item B, citizen comments. Do we have anybody here? We do not. Move on to the main agenda items. C1, consider approval of minutes for September 12th, 2024. Take appropriate action. Please take a few minutes to review from the packet. We'll need somebody to motion and second.
I have one question about the received patron feedback. I'm not sure what it means to say the suggestion from next door was to close the children's area. Was that the person who was complaining?
Yes, that was their suggestion, was to close the.
Was there any action taken?
There will be no closing off of the children.
Sorry, I added it because it was pretty powerful statement of let's just close it down. So, yeah. Sounds pretty good, maybe. I move we accept the minutes.
Second.
The motions, John seconds, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay. Moving on to C2, receive trustee report. What do you got?
I got some little notes. Would have sent them if I had them ready in time.
Single page.
I don't have a color printer, so the website. I looked at one site that was about innovations in library and they, in the US, and they clustered around, I lost the dot when I copied and pasted, around these areas. It seemed to be where the most innovation was going on. A lot of community-based outreach kinds of things. And a couple of examples that I put in here was kind of along the lines we were talking about. The Las Vegas Clark County Library has cell phones they can check out for the homeless people. If there's a pending snowstorm or problem coming. And they got that with a big grant. It was like a grant for underserved community from the federal. So that's timely. That's what we were talking about. Our library did a great job with Handbooks Week. But they're in Cambridge, Massachusetts, they had a whole program called Rock the Band. And they did community seminars and education programs about freedom of expression and the politics, historical context, the local policies, and to do an education outreach. Interesting program. There was one other site that was another library that was cited, and I looked at their information. And it sounded a lot like us, except for we do more. So I thought that cost, had a bocce ball. It was all this kind of integrated health, wellness, community-based, rooms for the community to meet in, things like that we already do. But I keep thinking about how much we do. The kind of classes weren't as innovative. They didn't have the makerspace kind of thing like we have. I thought we ought to put ourselves up for some of these sites and see how you submit to get recognition for all of the things we do. Because I think even our community is not super aware. I didn't include that because I think we do more. There was an interesting one in Enid, Oklahoma, where they did a program that was a partnership with the county health department about new mothers. And they reached out to women who were in their first year, had a year old or younger baby, sure, being a mom. And the health department did workshops workshops on mother wellness, taking care of yourself. They did ones on the development of the children in that first year, on breastfeeding, on all kinds of things. And then the library did education on how to read to very young children, that you still should read to them, what are appropriate books, what are songs you can sing to them, what are poetry or rhymes that you can do with little children, because you can't assume that people will read to whatever. I was, but I had a grandmother that was like, and so I thought that was kind of interesting because it was a county partnership. About kind of did the health and wellness. And then this is maybe a city person. I think Farmers Branch used to have one. This just jumped out because I was Googling libraries. And Denver has a tool library that there are various levels of membership, and evidently Farmers Branch at one time had a tool checkout. And it would be for like the bigger things that people would use for maybe one-time projects. And the Denver one, I may be out of our bailiwick, but I thought it was an interesting idea to serve a different part of the population. There were kind of those do-it-yourselfers, but don't want to spend the money to buy them.
The library of things. Is what's kind of considered. I think there's lots of programs around.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great idea, great thought. I don't know what.
I didn't find one in our area, but when I was looking in our area, they said Farmers Branch used to have one.
The equipment that Farmers Branch used to do was for people that are hard on times with their lawn equipment. If they had high yards and things like that, then community service would loan those pieces of equipment out.
Mhm.
That's a great, because otherwise they're being cited all the time.
Mhm.
We do have quite
So I just
a
thought
large
that
elderly
was kind of fun.
population.
And
They're just kind of looking at doing that again, but
it's got
equipment gets abused
Mhm.
because it's not,
It's not there.
well, it's kind of homeowner stuff, so, but you're trying to mow stuff like this, so it's not commercial equipment.
Sure.
Just one thing I saw this morning, there's the banned books thing. There's a group in Utah that are now targeting the little libraries, the little free libraries, like the one by the rec center. And they want to prosecute anyone who puts anything inappropriate. And like, how would you know who it was? I mean, not the inappropriate, but how would you know who put it there?
Right.
Unless they have their
And
name
who
in it.
defines inappropriate?
Yeah, how do you find, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of an extreme extension. Yeah, but that's my story.
Very good. Thank you, Luke.
Would it be possible to put a report in the same way, or would it be different? How would that work?
Well, I was tardy.
Just for the minutes?
Oh,
I'm wondering if we can't just attach them to the back of the minute? I'll check.
I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Just so you and Heather. Or anybody.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I just,
you're fine. All right, moving on. C3, review library feedback and Listen 360 review platform. There were two things. Three. Oh, three. Almost looked like a header. So.
Did we add the age group range last time?
yeah, that was on last time.
A couple of months.
I think that's great.
Did we give those staff recognition, or did we do anything special for them? I guess.
If there's the staff people get the response when they're mentioned in these things.
I will give them, I notify the staff that, hey, and then we regularly do some staff appreciation.
And the latest response column is when you respond.
It will be the latest activity, so it will either be the day they responded or if I have responded.
Any other comments on the? It's all good. All right. Item C4, review and discuss library's art inventory and take appropriate action. So everybody has in their packet all the same stuff we had last time. Quite a few different items to
And how we
review.
vote.
We did mark them down. That's in the previous notes. We had it marked down as to what was accepted, what was rejected.
Yes.
So that is in your packet as well. So we can go through these. I would suggest we kind of go through them the same way we did last time. And if anybody has any strong feelings about where things should go, perhaps go from there. I'm willing to just open this up to a general discussion.
These are different, just so everyone is like clear, these are different orderings than they were.
I noticed that right
So I
off.
was like,
So there's a header at the front,
I did not.
that says donated art at the library, if it was by a city commission.
Oh, so you moved
Translate my alphabet.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to move things around, try and figure out.
Yeah,
What
so-
is what?
it looks like the things that did not advance from the last time are removed from this new alphabet
Yes.
ordering.
And those that were marked possible are under.
And then while we're mentioning that,
That's not.
I talked to, my principal at CFB. And because the old Carrollton High School is now the Perry Middle School. And she knows the principal over there and their children go to our school. So if we wanted to donate it somewhere, she knows that the school would love it because it's their history. And she said they'd even be glad to make a ceremony out of it if they want to, if y'all wanted to make something big out of donating.
The school board.
Yeah, either go to the school board or go to the school, but she knows that they would love having it because it's their building. Or what's left of the building. This is not 3 stories anymore.
Mhm.
Would need to be part of the.
Yeah, that would have to be.
Okay,
So,
Question about.
for it to be donated, someone's gonna have to give us permission to give it away. And it's currently city board.
I believe Robert already gave us the ability to make that decision as a board.
Okay.
So it really is the recommendation of the board to donate this piece of
Yes.
art to.
Yeah.
Okay. And that just needs to be a vote.
Someone will need to make a motion.
Okay.
when we get to that part, I just.
Yeah.
We'll have to get. Okay. So since these are all kind of scrumbled up a little bit,
Question.
Yes.
If some anonymous donor wanted to donate the framing, didn't we say that donations go to the city? Money or?
So
City
the
or-
quilt is framed.
Oh, it is.
It's in a plexiglass frame.
Oh, I didn't know. it was framed.
Yes. It is in a mounted plexiglass frame.
No.
All good.
Not folded in.
I used to be on the others.
all right, so. I guess we just go item by item. Probably the easiest thing to do on the new items there. Item A, the watercolor painting frame glass, it was listed as possible. Any thoughts on should this be advanced? If so, any ideas on where? We do have the map. TV.
I had put those in the children's area. And they are sort of side by side in my estimation. They kind of look like they go together. And that would be.
So on either side of the circulation desk in children's? Or
Yeah, whether that's.
That's really
Oh,
right around.
If that's on one side of the circulation desk or if it's on the other side. To me, that would be a small difference, and one of the things I try to do is to make sure that particular painting would fit in the space.
Right.
With a little bit of, it's not gonna be overhanging a column by a couple inches kind of thing.
Very true.
So, if you're going off of the old one, I just need to make sure I got that one.
The old one, it was K and Q.
I'm
So-
going off this.
That's the old one.
That's the old one?
Yes, that, the chart from last
dear.
month's minutes are the old.
So do we have a chart of items for the new one? No.
Yeah,
No. All right, fair
so
enough.
that's why I'm making sure we're all talking on the same
All right.
references.
So this would be A in the new item, young boy on laptop.
So that would be
So-
in fall,
so the-
once this in 12.
Current suggestion is in
Well,
12.
children-
12
Got it.
children's area near the circulation desk.
So do you want to group, like, let's say this, because I feel like it goes into 12, the children's area. Do you want to just do general where these should go, or like,
I don't think we need to get too terribly specific.
cool.
I think you could say next to the circulation desk.
Okay.
We'll let city maintenance handle the specifics and give them latitude if it does not fit in that general area
Got it.
to maybe set it aside or find somewhere in the general area that would work.
Love that.
So that's what's suggested. Anybody have any objections? That way we can kind of just burn through these rather than, because we've got, gosh, who knows how many,
24?
24?
Mm,
Yeah, we got a lot to go through. So, all right. Donated art at the library section. Item B, open book on table acrylic painting.
Wait a minute here. Okay, B, yeah, A and B were the two that I had picked.
Okay, so you also feel that one goes in the same section?
Yeah,
No.
children, yeah. The other thing I would suggest about the children's area is this mount the paintings a little lower than we would otherwise.
Open to
And
suggestion.
I would mount paintings for myself so that eye level was probably in the bottom third of the painting if I have that kind of height to do it.
But also
I-
knowing. as
I see
children-
your point, but children don't necessarily appreciate art.
No, and they touch
And
and feel.
yes, they touch and pull.
And then we'll be cleaning the glass off.
I think standard heights probably.
Yeah. Stick them to the ceiling.
Any objections? Still leaving it in the children's section as well for item B?
No.
Okay. Next page. Next page. Item C, photo of library in fall. Another donation. This is a picture from the backside of the library looking across the pond.
I like 1 or 14 on the main level. It's more towards the entrance.
Yeah, I think the library, both of the library ones ought to be prominent for the public.
Yeah, and my thought was that the picture should kind of sort of match the view from where you're standing.
Yeah, if you can do that.
Sure. I mean, yeah, it'd be difficult to get the same
What I
view.
did with the library images and the bluebonnet images, and I put them on columns in a row. Necessarily going to be looking at any one at a time, but they were kind of in the same area.
Did you have a suggestion for this one in particular then?
I had this in the PC area on 3 of the 4 columns. Along here, the 2 other, the 2 other, library images. And I'm gonna keep doing translations, so which image is which?
So that's on the opposite side. I think I had these as being anywhere between 6 and 11 across the top of the picture. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, so anywhere along that line, I don't have,
On that line, there are columns, and the columns I put them on are kind of the ones that are off to the left, because they're more visible to everybody, I think. And those columns have 2 sides one could use. The narrower side probably is viewable by more people.
the opposite of that, of course, is right here, right outside of the zone. Right, restrooms. So any opinions either way here? Pat, Zach, Stacy.
So 6 through 11 area. we agree with Paul, but that's the young adult fiction.
I know it will not stay that way.
Okay,
Young adult doesn't need that.
okay, then maybe probably better. It just, that section is a little,
Wouldn't be as appreciated as much.
yes, thank you. So if that is going to change,
He
then
knows more about it than all these others. She's on the other section.
All right, so that's another suggestion then. So do we have a preference on either side, 1 or 14 or somewhere between 6 and 11?
Do you have any wishes? I mean, that area right there by the bathroom is such a prominent area. Is there anything people had a wish that they would see something that's over there?
The number 1 is right on the opposite side of this column. Essentially. It's
so
right outside of the number 1, right through the front doors. What's this column right here?
So on the new packet, B is a picture of the photo of the library. K is also another picture
Yeah.
of the library. So I'm not opposed to one being in 1 or 14 and another one being in 6 through 11. Yeah. Separating them.
Side of it. Or right here.
Well, that's what we're referring to as number
But don't think it was short. I don't think it's
number 1, right? That's
No. I think I should do it.
27 by 23. Well, these got a tape measure.
Yeah.
That's true. 27. Would that even, what is the width of that column?
Lee, you got your.
And the other one was, what did we say it's on K now?
Okay.
Which is 19 by 24. So,
I'm prepared, but not. Wait.
you did a good job.
22.
22? All right, so then that is too large for that column, so that will not work on
Either
number 1,
one.
And long wise for
but it would fit sideways.
Yes.
The other one would fit just fine, perpendicular.
Yeah.
So let's not jump it.
Yeah.
So number 1's not fit. That
Yeah, they're all-
item C is not fit.
What is H?
14 would probably be sufficient, however. Is that the best location for it?
I did use the columns behind the desks. When you approach the desk, you could see something, and did I ever break down what it dimensioned?
The other one is 19 by 22.
Did we know what the dimensions of the columns over here are? Take some paper with you.
They look like the same in this direction. So one of the,
Yeah, it depends on what. While they're measuring that, any other locations, possibilities for C, or are we good with 6 through 11? In theory,
One back there and
and one in the back and one in the,
Mhm.
so,
I think I will do the nighttime one in the back
yeah.
and then the daylight one up here on the front, because it'd be more recognized. I don't know, it just.
Well, it would have to
You
fit-
look
would have
at
to
it,
fit
and
on
go, oh,
the-
look, it's a library with issues. You're
See
like,
where
oh,
it
maybe it
fits.
is like.
Yeah, it would have to fit on the front facing side of that
Mhm.
column there, as opposed to the other one, 'cause it's too wide.
One of the lots 31, one is 27.
seven,
So exactly.
so they would fit for, I think, the two smallest ones.
The two suggestions are item C and item K, both pictures of the library, one in day, one in night. Suggestion with the day being up front, was that correct? And the night being in the back. Does that work for everybody?
That'll work.
So we put number 1 for C.
one front column.
Just in case for C, it says 27 by 23.
Which was measured to be exactly the side, right?
this short side.
It looks like the longer dimension would be this one.
We're talking about the opposite of this here.
The front.
Other side. What are we talking about? Front face.
Yeah.
Front face, fair enough.
But I also think that like one is a general area enough that if there were maneuvering and such, they would be able to.
I mean, they could, obviously, you could go right over here on top of the book fence.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's a little bit of room for discretion. So then K, in that case, would be back in the 6 through 11 section on one of the columns back there. Yeah. Up to the discretion of the installers.
And weren't there were two Ks. I don't remember if they were
Yeah, that's
exactly the same in terms of their framing and everything.
There were things that were
Which
done.
one, you didn't, you guys gave a consensus on which one of the two you like.
Yeah.
So I pulled the other.
There you
Off of the, off of the,
Just in case we have a space we want to fill.
There is one more library painting in the
Yes, it's,
watercolor H.
oh, yeah.
It's
Look
also
at H real
downstairs available.
That is true. So H does have the back end of the library.
H is a small one.
So that could be a good one for downstairs.
Yeah, that'd be a
I noticed that the study areas, the glassed off study areas don't have anything in them. I think that'd be a good spot for them to.
Except it's just a small thing to put on such a big wall.
How big is it? 22 by 18?
Mhm.
That's a pretty good size to put on a wall in a study.
The wall space is in there, about the size of that space over there, at least 6 feet wide.
But do they have a dry erase board in there?
Not the study.
Okay.
No, they have two walls, right? Essentially, or one wall.
Most of them only have one.
Yeah.
They
So
have one wall on the
One in
back.
the corner has 2.
I think, I don't see an issue with putting it over there. Does anybody else have an issue? Does anybody? Oh,
Because although it's small, it reads big by design, you know.
You can always pair it up.
Sure.
You're talking about how many study spaces are there?
We have five.
Five? Five, and all of them have a single wall. One has two. So
Right.
that's 6 walls. That's opportunity for 6 things to there if they're small.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna run out of images long before we run out of wall space.
yeah.
Very, very.
Because most of the images are pretty small.
Well, I'm saying H should probably go in 23 with one of the study.
Yeah.
Have an objection? Okay. Okay. All right, back to the front. Item D, orange and yellow flowers with butterfly. Another donation, it's 24 by 28, so 24 inches, 2 feet wide. Plenty of opportunity. Any thoughts?
I had put that because of a lack of places in the children's area.
One thing I would say about this one is that it does have the certificates and the presented twos and all that, they're gonna accompany.
Yes, I will have a plaque.
So they'll be,
But
so that'll be accompanied, so that'll be an additional plaque. Do we know the measurements of the, I'm assuming it's probably some sort of a 11 by 11 or 10 by 10,
I'm actually thinking maybe a 4x6.
that's small.
This is just a small.
Oh, it's just that small?
Yeah, it's just on
Okay.
the back, paper on the back.
Yeah, okay, oh, then fair enough, then yeah.
What do you think about putting it in with the study? Just as a,
That would be good if you have, if you're gonna have these other things kind of around it.
yeah,
Maybe
Another thing to put into the
Maybe,
same study rooms.
Like maybe
Each
some
study
blue
room,
line.
one thing.
just make it different themes.
Well, everything, each of the study rooms should most certainly get something, so that's another option that we have as we go through these next items and assign them to the study rooms.
Thought of the seed library. Oh.
That's true.
Yeah.
So on the main level there is where the seed library is. It's right over there, right next to the restrooms. Is there enough room to put anything over there where that's?
Not on the wall unless it goes above the seat
Not
library
above.
sign,
Which
and then
is,
it would
yeah,
be
not,
slightly stretched.
it would be. Unless that's gonna move, that's not really.
No plan.
Okay, all right. Then that's probably not the best option. Good idea, but probably not the best option.
Won't work.
So where else would we want to put item D? Stacy?
Oh, you did your homework. Where did you have the flowers?
I didn't know if we wanted to like group the flowers together-ish.
Let's see, the blue bonnet.
Worth discussion.
I had it here. In the children's area.
Also in the children's area.
So that is on a back wall.
It's on back wall. There's,
Is that between the two glass?
yeah, 42 inches wide. So there's probably enough space for that.
42 inches. Is there anything larger that might fit that space better?
On a larger space, it's also in the children's area,
And I think he's looking for a larger item.
a larger item.
Yeah, like M 36 by 48.
Where did I? First, let me put 36. That's the old I. Where did I?
So it's the Karen Con, dark forest, trees and water.
That's the next, I think that's the next largest thing we have.
Mhm.
I had.
Or other-
Minus.
Well, yeah, her other one is that.
Yeah. That's,
I like those bright.
I had I in that little nook over there that didn't show on the drawing.
In the whole.
But I agree with Lee. I think if we're, when you're thinking of the children areas, you want the brighter ones.
Like L and M. They're big
And what's our heart
they're
doing?
big,
on the new.
they're big, they're both kind of bright, they're both from the same
Yeah.
ex-staff member. Try and fit them into the children's area as well. Is there room?
What did we talk about that?
At least one of I and
These two big.
Oh,
We're looking
I
at,
thought I'd put those elsewhere in the library, because if you want the kids to do searching works of art, they have one of those on a tabletop in the kids area. So I would put other versions of con in other places,
she's actually.
trying to
in every
avoid
part.
the other tables that are also con works.
There is a con work in every department.
Interesting.
So if we con do it.
We're jumping around. We stick with where we are.
Where do we want D?
Up front, we're going with D.
D.
Oh, okay.
Go back to D, the orange and yellow flowers with butterfly with the frame. Or with the accompanying notes.
I like 23. The-
23
With the five study space, and
study space.
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially if we're gonna have like an accompanying and such.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Mhm.
yeah.
Another one for the 23. So of the 23, where there's potential for 6, that's 2.
Well, these extra things, grown-ups would respond to more than kids.
Sure. The next two items, E and F, they're a little smaller, 15 by 18, 18 by 15. Field of blue bonnets and blue bonnets.
I put the blue bonnets against the back wall upstairs. 3 of the columns.
Oh, so 9, 8, 7.
So actually,
No, up here on the screen,
between 11 and 9.
Okay.
On the back wall, there's 3 spaces. One,
somewhere on the columns up. in-
one's 38 inches wide and the other 2 are 43 inches.
Are you thinking on the columns or on the
On
wall
the
between the
columns.
windows? On the columns.
Columns somewhere along between 11 and 9.
Yeah, the particular ones are that I had, where this, and this is actually a little bigger.
That's the
You can
that's the
also
wall.
use these 2 and one of these.
So that's,
So you're saying the wall? So you're saying the wall then and not the column?
Oh, it's the outer wall, which is a column there. It's between 2.
But it's not a column holding up the wall.
Small discrepancy in language. Yeah, fair enough.
back wall.
Back walls for E and F. Okay.
Yeah.
So
They need to
so
be
between 9 and 11 along.
Yeah, E, F, and J is another one that could go.
Oh, there's another group on.
We'll get there. All right, so we're good with E and F, anybody? Good,
Yep.
all right. Next items, well, next item, G, because H is already done. G, pencil drawing, small, 12 by 19, or at least thin. Pencil drawing, I like this one. I think this is really kind of cool.
I wondered about in here.
It is very
Something about it
maker
being-
space.
I mean, it's a little,
I was thinking that wall right there,
there,
there.
Right there.
Yeah, you go up there.
because these are real,
Innovation zone.
yeah, it just
Wall,
seems.
which would be the
Yeah.
east facing wall,
Mhm.
more or less.
Maybe somebody would do a 3D printer version of it.
Well, it has, yeah. And it has what the artist and the donation, but.
Maker space wall
just
by
kind of
the,
unique.
Yep.
So we want to be unique in here anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
H was moved to 23 already, so we can move on to the next items. I, the quilt. The 83 by 71 in a plexiglass frame quilt.
The elephant in the
The plexiglass frame is about half inches deep.
Is it waterproof?
Couldn't do it.
The biggest space, I think, where this could go is behind the librarian's desk downstairs. A big blank wall.
18.
Big wall right here.
I would not put it in here.
Now,
Well,
They
it
do
wouldn't
sewing
fit, it wouldn't fit in here unless you're gonna move the equipment out.
you slide this over a little bit. Put it right up on it.
Cause they do sewing.
So we can't.
Okay.
But
So there's a suggestion. So there's one suggestion.
Yeah, straight back there, I think.
Yeah, right where y'all go into the.
Adjacent to the seed library.
Yeah,
Well, they can use-
Okay, so there's two suggestions.
it would fit there. A particular way.
Two suggestions so far. One downstairs behind the desk, the other one adjacent to the seed library. What else?
Last time we were here, Robert recommended one wall. Where the extra sign is.
Sign over here next to the television.
That is.
What's the rain day, Blair?
His first one, yes, ma'am.
So that's three suggestions. Wall back here by the seed library, the wall over here where this sign is currently, downstairs. Any preferences?
Behind the librarian's desk.
Yeah, behind the
And
library.
down there, it's pretty visible, not as visible as it would be here. It's protected. This, to some extent, so you don't casually run up and fall against it.
Sure. Thoughts?
I think downstairs would probably be the best, just for like sun damages as well,
Yeah,
like,
that's,
you know,
that's well out of the sun.
yeah, so.
Okay, so number one suggestion, why don't we do this in a ranked choice?
Yeah.
Where we have number one being behind the desk downstairs.
So 18.
Yes. 18, then if that doesn't work,
And I'd say in here, since they do sewing classes in here.
it is maker, it is maker
Yeah.
space.
And
It is a very
makerspace and-
large item.
Yeah.
That space there.
18, then maker space.
Then there's a point of having it. here.
And I'm assuming either one of those two would work, not needing a third option.
And further down the list, just in case, the walls by 24 downstairs. I think that those are pretty much unencumbered long walls.
And that's really tucked away.
That's really, it's tucked away and it's kind of dark. If I was to put something in there, I'd like it to really be neon.
So, anybody thoughts on that one? By 24 down near the elevator
Mhm.
as a third option, just in case.
We need it.
24 is the third option. All right. Next item, J. Blue bonnets, trees and hills in the background, 23 by 27.
And I was gonna put that in the back with the other two.
With the other two, put all the blue
Upstairs.
buckets together.
So another one there by between 8 and 11.
Somewhere between.
Anybody,
7
any objections?
We're gonna have about the artist be displayed as well.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
On everything, we have that on, we will display.
Love that.
Moving on from that, K already been selected as well. So now we have two more large items, very bright. We've already started to talk about these, and I think the consensus has been the children's section somewhere in 12 if possible. For both of these,
I don't think there's space in the children's section for L. 6 feet wide.
it is large.
I had it on the mezzanine
Oh, that's a good idea.
where you go down the stairs, you turn left, and that's the area called the mezzanine.
Yeah.
And that space right there,
Is there enough space for it?
there's enough space there. I think I measured that,
Probably 20 feet.
Facing the downside? Or the downstairs side?
yeah.
I don't object to that, so
The big one there.
Because it's kind of dark down there, not dark, but it's not as bright, it would stand out.
Something bright and.
Right.
the
Yeah.
mezzanine near 24,
Yeah.
kind of.
The elevator shaft, so blank wall and mezzanine, there's only.
That's
Nice.
the part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I put-
And then M, we figured that can probably fit in the children's section somewhere.
It could. There's
Another big bright.
58 inches. I don't think we had used it. I'm not sure. I lost track of how many things.
I don't know, I'm glad you measured everything though.
There's a lot of space right here. It's currently not- That's next to the restroom.
Okay, yes, so we're gonna put a magazine rack there, but
This would fit above it.
yes, absolutely.
Low enough magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we can put it next to 13 instead.
So much better.
We only have on the current section in the children's area, we have A and B. So the young boy on laptop, an open book on table, and then M, the new one.
We got 2 pages to go still. All right, next pages. N, O, and P.
These were all marked as possible last time. You guys weren't sure if you wanted to use these at all.
So
Possible,
we still have
They
four
were-
walls in the study.
Or 3.
the study area has plenty
And
of
it's a
room.
nice size paint, so I think it's a better scale in the study areas.
Yeah.
And just to put it out there, Q on the next page is going to be donated.
Yes.
So that doesn't need to be discussed. So we're down to the last 3 items. And because we have enough available space,
Yeah,
these can all go down into the study rooms for these 3.
good with that.
Yeah, study
It could be
areas.
you put more than one in one study room and leave a study room blank.
Let people.
And I
stare
would
at blank.
leave that up. If there's somebody around when the mounting is done who has a sense of
Well, we could
scale.
also the nearly duplicate picture of the library.
Yeah.
That we have pulled out because there's 2.
Yeah,
We could
that,
pull that one back.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I'd hate to
Um,
see all the other, I mean, you don't want the study room to feel like that.
Study space 23.
We give people studying something to look at. So they're supposed to be studying.
23,
Yeah.
23 additional
make it homey.
work.
And I can see people start saying, I want the one with the trees.
It would also let us name the room.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I want the study room, I want the library study room, I want the tree
Mhm.
study.
Mhm.
Yeah, the firecracker leaf.
Yeah.
Red flower.
It just gives them a,
Yeah, something to designate a little
And
bit.
P, of course, isn't even mounted.
And it's very small, but that's fine. Not everything needs to be maximalist. It can be minimalist. Okay. NO and P complete. Q will be donated. Leaving us with our statute. We have 2 large, 2 small. S1, boy reading the book. Any thoughts?
They kind of scream children's.
We're gonna take some of these nasty books out of children's.
My only concern is exactly.
Climbing on it.
The original location was to the left of the elevator. And the elevator door
You're
at the
right.
entrance to the-
That would be
Pretty
13.
good.
The 13.
I think they ought to be out more public, so.
Yeah. Could be,
Well, yeah, there's, no, the kids aren't moving them anywhere.
No, I know it's moving, but they can climb.
And then there's the two accompanying ones with that. We're looking at putting those on a shelf somewhere,
yeah, I think that's what we had said.
the bird and then whatever the other item was, I
The
forget.
Cheyenne, the Indian.
Oh, those are on the second page.
Yeah.
Never mind. Those were, they're just in the picture.
They're just happy.
You wish the bird wasn't unknown.
I believe someone said it was a mocking.
What do you mean the artist?
Mockingbird.
It looked like a road.
All right.
I had a good picture of it. I could see if I could use my eye naturalist to identify.
Does S2 also scream children's area for you, Stacy?
Only you've got somebody reading to a kid.
So I believe the original location of that was on the mezzanine level where the patio is in front of the patio doors leading up to the patio with the large table.
Mhm.
The original
I actually. That's what I was going to suggest before. So,
Do their original spots.
Yeah,
so we said S1 was going in the 13 area.
Also radical idea, S2, right on the other side of the window.
I was gonna say kind of where the plant is. They want,
Literally on the other side of
It's
this window.
on the entry end. Oh.
Like you walk through the door and it is right there.
and especially since S2 doesn't scream as much children, because it could be anybody reading to anybody, which is what you're doing at the library. You're coming in and you're reading. anytime.
So S1 entrance.
Well, S1,
S2.
S1 in the children's section, S2, I like there. Anybody thoughts, concerns,
I think
alternatives?
it, like the invitational thing, you know,
Yeah.
reading to your kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Come on.
Then we put it there.
As long as she
Entry,
doesn't have to live.
entry windows,
Makerspace window.
makerspace windows.
Sure.
just remember, once it's there, it's not likely to get moved.
And
And that's
that
good.
nobody kicks it or smashes the windows or anything.
I will say a good thing about having it that close to circulation is we do have people on staff at all times that can watch and
Yeah.
people are not finding or
Right. No,
Vandalizing, which is what the problem was.
direct.
Time on
Yeah.
things?
All right, so those two are dispositioned. The last two items for statues, the S3, the Cheyenne, S4, we'll call it Mr. Mockingbird.
I like those in their respective nonfiction areas.
I was gonna say nonfiction.
Expected.
So like,
You have a history.
yeah, the history section.
That was the clarification.
Animal.
Yeah.
Which history section would you prefer?
Well, it's Cheyenne, so I would say if you have a Native American
Native.
area.
We do have a Native American. We also have a war section. They are far enough apart that I need
It
clarification.
can be both active.
American.
Native, no doubt.
So Native American history.
Native American history nonfiction section.
And then do you have like an animal?
Yes.
Or not?
Animal section, birds,
Animal.
pig.
Where is to
That
that?
they're indigenous.
Adult fiction.
I think they belong in nonfiction.
The bird statue suggestions were in the ornithological.
Do you prefer bird watching or animal?
Yeah.
Live.
Entire bird watching section.
Well, that's more in the travel section, because where would you go to travel to bird watch? And we have Texas bird watching, and then we have actual birds, as in the animal section.
It ends up there. The mockingbird, the
Can you
Texas
put them all next to
bird
each other?
watching.
I think they're all on the same shelf, except for the travel,
Are they all in the same shelf? Same general area?
same general.
General area of all, general area of all,
Big go to the top of the ship.
animal.
They're heavy enough, most people can't.
And you see some
I
coming in.
gotta see one of these, see how heavy it is.
Follow them around.
I think they're
Okay,
heavy.
animal section slash birds.
Hopefully no one pulls it down on their head.
That would be, yeah, pretty much correct.
I think that would help with also with the other art pictures that we have in the 15-17 area, the boats. Make people look a little bit closer.
All right. Yep.
Do we need,
So now somebody's got to remember every last thing that we said and put it in a motion.
So that we,
What's written on those?
yeah, that we suggest the placement by the facilities of our artwork according to what we labeled on our sheets.
According to what was taken by notes.
Yes.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
Lee seconds. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
On a related subject, has there ever been any interest in getting some ALA posters? Yeah.
Yes, we do get those on occasion. We just have not been allowed
We-
to.
Hmm?
We've been not able to post them in the past, but we do get them regularly.
Because what I might suggest at some point is find a couple locations where posters of those kind would be useful, nice. And just lot posters everywhere.
Good idea.
Would you be interested in having those on the end caps of the children's section?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, because children's posters are usually
They're much
the most interesting.
Sounds good. Add those to the list as well. Stacy started.
Well, for our notes, the notes is great,
Her notes.
for notes.
All right, are we ready to move on?
Just a quick question. Those end caps and for the ALA posters, they can accommodate that. You don't need extra supplies or a bulletin board or anything like that.
No bulletin board or anything like that. No, the end caps are wide enough that we would just be able to put a poster strip on the top.
I just
Do we need to make a motion to donate the one artwork?
Yes.
Do that separately.
I move that we donate the Old Carrollton, or the pen and ink drawing of the Old Carrollton schoolhouse to the Perry Middle School and CFBISD.
Thank you. Lee seconds. All in favor? All opposed? All right. Continue that. Next item, C6, discuss the annual Dubuque Flood Drive.
I'm trying to increase that.
Page 2.
Just trying to figure out where I have left.
I thought that would be the most efficient. I think that-
So we want to, so the idea then is for the Dubuque Flood Book Drive to create a committee for the book drive. Any volunteers for the committee or any volunteers?
I'd be happy to work on it if there is somebody else who's done it. I hate to get involved in something like that, never having been involved.
You and Kristen might be a good option. She can't speak
My
for
problem is
herself.
I'm gonna be gone half of
We
November.
have a max of 3 people that can do this. The goal is to create a start date, an end date, and set up a date for delivery. for the 3 main points.
Sorry, and
Start delivery and then. Okay. Anybody else want to join in the endeavor? Is that,
I said I'm hesitant to commit.
well, it can be 2 to 3. I'm gonna put,
I know Kristen would be, she would not mind.
she's gonna be on there as well. Kristen. Kristen. Oh, you're good. Anybody else want to join? One other?
I'll
Max?
try. I may be unreliable.
Lee? Well, two works as a committee.
And side note, committees do not have to submit agendas. They do not have to pre-schedule their meetings, like an agenda. So you guys can just set up a time. And
Have a Zoom meeting.
So we presumably have 3 people in if Christian.
We'll volunteer Kristen.
clarification, it's not a subcommittee, it is literally a committee for Joe.
Ad hoc committee.
It's technically a subcommittee. It's been up.
Okay, subcommittee.
According to our bylaws. It's a
Okay, and the name of this subcommittee is,
Chewbacca flood
oh, sorry,
subcommittee.
okay,
Keep saying it so I can pronounce it eventually.
Chewbacca flood. Like Chewbacca.
that's landed.
All right, item C7, library director's report.
Okay. We guys have some general statistics to start with. We did very well with programming, getting 1,000 program people in for the last month. Some of you may know that over the summer, we lost a few of our program people to other opportunities. So I wanted to give you this opportunity to see a couple of our new employees. Taylor and Rachel are both just got started this past month. Rachel is our new STEAM library assistant. She is going to be focused on the makerspace, doing programs with STEAM programming, makerspace programming, things of that nature. And Taylor is coming on as a programming librarian and is going to try and help focus our teen population that we're a little lacking in right now. So that's going to be her main focus.
If you didn't know, that has always been a big thing for city council is to get more teens into the
I did not know that, but that is a goal of all libraries. So we hired with that in mind. We had a very successful kind of book coverage if you come to any of our other adult programs coming up. Some of our other things that you guys would be interested to know about. Our new volunteer system should be going into effect this month. We are using a program called Give Pulse to register volunteers going forward. It should be going live within the next week. That will allow patrons to pick and choose what they would like to volunteer to do. So they'll be able to see upfront what opportunities we have available and they'll be able to come and volunteer. Another note is general election. The presidential election is for the library is here. The equipment is arriving on Tuesday. So
in the community hub.
yes, so the community hub, from the minute the election equipment is delivered is closed.
Yeah.
Until early voting starts on the 21st.
We'll be here with holding on.
Yes. So we expect a very busy time with lots of line management. Scary.
Had you call me when the line was.
I don't know how that works. We're elected.
Call David about the library board question.
Call me when the line is low, so I don't have to stand here.
I know, but she can call you with a library board question and you know. Me.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Some of our upcoming events, this Saturday, we are having a storytime picnic at the Nature Preserve. Dustin will be leading that. Next week, we will be at Haunts and Houses. We're doing trunk or treat at McLaughlin, Kirkland. And then also coming up, we have Santa and cookies. Now, am I understanding that we might have some volunteers on board that would like to?
Usually do.
I'll do something that's,
Usually all of us.
people feel. Yeah, I'll be there.
For the prior to.
Yeah.
Haunts and houses and the trunk or treat, what activities are? going to be doing?
So I believe Haunts and Houses, we host a game and provide information about the library, have candy with the general outreach event. Trunk or treat will be very similar, except that one of our staff members is providing their vehicle. We will decorate and be a general part
Do
of
you
it.
need donations for decorations?
If you would like to donate, you are more than welcome.
Because I have some spiders that we used last year at Claire, but we're not doing trunk or treat this year. So I should be able to get the bucket down and delivered to you this week.
That would be awesome. Thank
You
you.
just bring it to the circulation check.
Yes, absolutely.
I will do that. Okay, well, it's already Thursday. It'll be next week when we're.
Not a problem. All right. So, So all of the board volunteers for Santa and cookies, majority of, if you have any problems or don't think you'll be able to volunteer for that, just let me know. And I will make sure and submit a agenda forum notice to the city.
Who do you have for that?
Pretty much everybody on the
We
board.
have,
If you'd like to volunteer, you have
Ton of people.
Yeah.
show up.
yeah,
till about December to do it. We're, and just putting it out there, we meet next month, but we do not.
what time are these events, just so I,
Santa and cookies.
So Santa and cookies will be from 5 to 7 this year since
Okay.
our hours have changed.
right,
Um,
I have something medical the day before.
Okay,
Santa and
so-
cookies. I might be able to make it.
Do you take good pictures?
I'm going to have the old roto rooter done.
No, well, you'll be okay. But if you take good pictures, a good one to do that you don't have to move around is just standing there by Santa and taking people's cameras and taking pictures. Because last year, people started doing creep ups and we're getting out of line. And then we're taking each other's pictures.
Yeah.
Just kind of got a little out of hand. So I think a designated picture taker would be beneficial.
Maybe we should just have a photographer.
They even make, I know we have a
I would
button
actually,
maker,
they
they
would
even make a
charge
button
for
that
the
says
pictures.
photo taker.
It would be similar to a wedding where you would have someone that would provide the library with their SD card. Photo
You
dump,
Just go get off.
and then
or
we
something.
would post it. So that is an option.
That
we
is an
could potentially look into.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And don't we have a button maker?
We do have a
Maybe we could make one that's like, photographer. With our different jobs, so when we're wandering around, people,
We absolutely
that might help.
volunteer, but
Or just time my name is.
don't surprise us
David the
after
King,
creativity.
King David.
Oh my.
He's not gonna complain about that.
It's the Carol David City.
Anything else from your report?
Yes, one last thing. We are about to release 12 newsletters that people can sign up for. That is a recommendation. So it is a reader's advisory in your inbox. We will have 12 different ones. You can choose what genres you like, and it will be uploaded with books that we at the library have. New bestsellers, popular items, things of that nature. So that is coming. Should be in another week or so. That should be released. It should be going out in our newsletter that it is available. Yes, we will have 12 of them and they're going to highlight recent releases, anything that's current in the media or books that we have. And that is the end of my report.
Very good. Thank you so much. Item number C8, agenda items for future board meetings. Anybody have anything to be discussed in next meetings, upcoming meetings?
Are we done with the art for now,
Yes,
except maybe
if there's
some kind of follow-up on if anything has happened.
yeah, if there's any exceptions that need our attention, that circle back to it, but we're going to leave it as these are our general thoughts and leave the
And
exceptions to the installers to a degree.
should the subcommittee get together about the?
We need to do that. Meetings.
Yeah.
We have dates for y'all.
Yes, we'll communicate with Kristen and have her, since she's I guess she's the board or chair.
The chair, you're the.
She's the chair. We'll let her get with you guys.
And do you want me to check with CFB to see how they want to handle accepting the donation or? Okay, because I can see if they want to do it at a board meeting or at the actual school. So I will check into that.
So future agenda item then would be for you to give your,
Report back of what the wish is for accepting the donator. We want to make sure it's, appropriately accepted,
Mhm.
not just trumped up. Here you go.
and then I'm assuming that for next November meeting, we're gonna have to talk about our new board times and everything else. Sure. And then, did we, Heather, did they fix the stairs?
There was a issue. We are closing on Sunday.
Okay.
To complete the repairs.
I noticed that they were,
The, they're gonna have to use an epoxy paint. They're gonna have to do like 3 coats on it to get it to seal right. So if they're gonna try to start previously, but they want to shut the building down because the fumes are gonna be pretty bad with the epoxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was just curious, how did Monday go? Just I just thought that's not really an agenda item.
Yeah, let's take that, maybe take that one offline. Just to finish up, what are our future agenda items? Any other future agenda items? Anything else that we want to discuss for November? Anything? Next date
Do we
is,
need to
was
go-
already scheduled for second Tuesday or second Thursday, excuse me.
Since we
It's whatever
don't,
date that is.
meet in
14th.
December, do we need to begin talking about tearjerker?
Not a bad idea. We'll go ahead and put that
Because
on.
that, sometimes we aimed at February
Mhm.
originally, and then it didn't. work out.
It's the
Because
yeah,
time's up.
November's tentative library meeting is 14th. Then we don't have anything. So, 14th, I'd say would probably still work, but we have next meeting in case something comes up and we can adjust at the last minute. Wait, no, we can't.
No, next meeting.
This is the next
November.
meeting.
Yeah.
We already set January's meeting.
We did not.
We have not.
Do we need to?
I think to me, it's too far out. Anybody?
I don't disagree, and I think we're also going to have the new times and everything else.
True.
And I think it,
If it were to stay standard, it would be January 9th.
Yeah.
It's an early. So January,
And I apologize, I didn't introduce myself. They didn't introduce me either.
and I didn't reach out.
I'm Mark, our Superintendent Rob, and them, I'm filling in for them this evening. So
Very good. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining. All right.
Can we just plow on and?
Any other?
I've been working and paying attention to y'all.
Any other-
I've never been to this board meeting before.
Any other agenda items? All right. Item D, adjournment. But want to,
And move we adjourn.
Stacy moves to adjourn, second. All seconds, all in favor? All right, we are adjourned at 8:08.
Oh, thanks for doing all the.
measure.
groundwork on that. Oh, we're so.
We can be honest, but thank you.